Part 5, started to translate it. Coordinates of the wonders. Shit, fucking da, this is going to be the great one. The roads of Central America. So it's summer and I didn't make any decisions for the winter. You know how it goes with me. It's always something like a last minute and people are freaking out when they're traveling with me. So what I want to do, I want to go to Central America. I want to share some place and a van and chicken bus and motorcycle with somebody who is crazy enough as I am, and to fly with some airplane from the 80s of the last century. Of course, Goran, my friend from Imotski, who is a travel photographer, he likes to travel everywhere, wander the world. So pretty much we are alike. And at the end of the October, we packed our bags and we started our trip, flying from Croatia via Canada. It's freaking cold over there. And then from Canada, there is a direct flight to Central America, to Belize, where we started our adventure all the way to Panama. So, as you know, Belize, the pretty much only country in Central America where people speak English. I know some of Spanish, so it was very easy, to navigate through those areas. Itinerary was very simple, just go from the north to the south, and it can't get more simple than that. So we had so many photographs, so many drone footage. We actually destroyed one drone. We had to swim over it from Belize to Guatemala through some river because we've been filming army base without knowing that. But with $100 you can solve all the problems in Central and South America. And that was our Houston. That was a problem, but as we managed to return it back, at least we had the footage from the drone. Then what we actually did, we went all the way over the Guatemalan border in shorts, as we had to swim to pick up our drone. And then by the end of the day, we've been in a small village on Guatemala side. So in God we trust. Rice and beans. I think I was not prepared to eat rice and beans every single freaking day in Central America, but what has to be, like summerish scents, beach bars, volcanoes, great hikes, not a very safe area to travel around, but rice and beans. And when I came back home, my mother made me again rice and beans, like I freaked out. And then how it's Central America, everything has to be slow, much slower than Croatia, which is almost impossible to believe. Pura vida, how they call it. Nature is beautiful. Wi-Fi is very slow. I don't usually use any SIM cards when I'm traveling. What all those travel influencers are promoting, like buy this one, that one, it works. I don't care. I just want to be offline, especially if I work like for 6-7 months in a row. So don't bother me. Airplane mode for me. And as we took the road trip, we used the chicken buses, minivans, pretty much like as there was no plan. And on those roads, you never know when are you going to come from one side to another, from Pacific to Caribbean side. How you're going to travel through Nicaragua, El Salvador, how you're going to travel through Honduras, where the elections were, and then you sit somewhere in the middle of the road, in the middle of nothing, and you have some smoothie bar, and people who speak French, Italian, telling you about Croatia, and you're like, oh my God, because the world is a pretty small place. So there is so many anecdotes, and you have to walk through all those borders. There is way too many tiny countries in a very small area, and you walk over the border, and then the immigration officers are asking you as many questions as possible. You are totally exhausted and tired, and not very clean from all that road trip and dirty places. And we loved it. And we will always probably remember it, from the surfing camps, from surfing down the mountains through the volcanoes, sitting by the volcanic lakes, and all that stuff. So pretty much, everybody was smiling at us, especially women, because we didn't have a clue that those women were hookers around Panama. But we thought that we look very sexy. Probably we are very sexy, like tanned and all that kind of stuff, and we are much taller than they are. So many nice countries in a very small area, and our road trip came to the end in Panama, and we continued our journey to Colombia. Pura vida.